Here I am at the All Marshes Nature Reserve near Faversham in Kent. It's a great spot for capturing a glimpse of these wintering birds that are just settling into their home now for the winter season. Later in the programme we'll have more analysis about how the weather impacts these migratory birds. Now earlier this year there was some incredible radar footage of some birds that appeared to be trapped right inside the eye of Hurricane Matthew. Hurricane Matthew was of course the strongest and the most deadly storm of the season. It initially formed off the west coast of Africa before moving across the Atlantic and strengthening for a time to a major Category 5 hurricane in the Caribbean. It has been a particularly active hurricane season this year, partly down to the declining El Niño effect and the transition to more neutral conditions in the Pacific. So let's take a look at how the El Niño Southern Oscillation, or ENSO, has affected this year's hurricane season and why it has been so intense, especially compared to recent years. In the year up to May 2016, ENSO was in the El Niño or warm phase. The warming of the equatorial Pacific often leads to stronger vertical wind shear in the Atlantic. Wind shear refers to the change in wind speed and/or direction with height in the atmosphere. Stronger wind shear leads to weaker hurricanes and makes landfall less likely. However, since May, the Pacific has been cooling, becoming more neutral, and is now entering a weak La Niña or cool phase, reducing that wind shear and hence promoting stronger and more frequent hurricanes. Another major factor this summer was a big blocking area of high pressure, feeding warm, moist air over the western Atlantic and warming the waters there by as much as 4 or 5 degrees compared to average. These warmer waters have provided the fuel to power the huge, formidable hurricanes that have formed in the region this year. So the very active hurricane season of 2016 has now come to an end. Join me later on in the programme where we'll be taking a more detailed look at some of these migratory birds and just how the weather affects their journeys.